Hello everyone, very warm welcome to ITLS Academy. The topic of today's lecture is stem cell markers. Markers are something that are used for the identification of various kinds of cells. But in this particular lecture, we will see markers that are specifically designed for the identification of stem cells. So let us start with our topic stem cell markers. The first one point here is how do researchers use markers to identify stem cells? How it becomes possible to identify stem cells by the help of markers. If I discuss if this is our stem cell, then marker will be something that this stem cell will have so particular type of proteins or any other type of molecule that is present on its surface, and we when we give any product that is able to identify this protein or anything that is present on the surface, so the product that is identifying this will be known as marker. So marker that is present on the stem cells is known as stem cell markers. And now we are going to see what is the process behind the identification of stem cells by the help of these markers. Very first point given here is in recent years scientists have discovered a wide array of stem cells that have unique capabilities to self-renew, grow indefinitely, and differentiate or develop into multiple types of cells and tissues. Researchers now know that many different types of stem cells exist, but they all are found in very small populations in the human body. The next point given here is scientists identify these rare type of cells found in many different cells and tissues by stem cell markers. We will see some frequently used cell markers in our upcoming lectures too. The another point is coating the surface of every cell in the body are specialized proteins, and these are called receptors. Receptors are present on surface of cell, and these are found on each and every cell. That is, receptors are present on every cell, but these are various kind of receptors. These are not same in all cases. These will vary according to the cell. This will vary according to the cell on which they are present, but the surface marker, these are the present on these cells, each and every cell. So these are called cell receptors that have the capability of selectively binding or adhering to other signaling molecules. Normally, cells use these receptors and the molecules that bind to them as a way of communicating with other cells and to carry out their proper functions in the body. Coming to our next point, stem cell markers are given shorthand names based on the molecules that bind to the stem cell surface receptor. If this is our stem cell and this is a receptor that is present on the this cell surface of this cell, so the molecule that will bind with this receptor will be known as a surface cell marker, or in the case of stem cell it will be known as stem cell marker. For example, a cell that has the receptor stem cell antigen -1, this is a type of antigen, on its surface is identified as SCA1. In many cases, a combination of multiple markers is used to identify a particular stem cell type. So now, researchers often identify stem cells in shorthand by a combination of marker names reflecting the presence or absence of them. Coming to our next point, researchers use the signaling molecules. Signaling molecules are type of molecules that have the capability to relay signals, and these signals may be from cell to cell or from within one cell also. So these signaling molecules that selectively adhere to the receptors on the surface of the cell as a tool that allows them to identify stem cells. A technique was developed to attach to the signaling molecule another molecule or the tag that has the ability to fluoresce or emit light energy when activated by an energy source. The next point is described here are two approaches of how researchers use the combination of the chemical properties of fluorescence and unique receptor patterns on cell surfaces to identify specific populations of stem cells. Here you can see this is a very beautiful diagram given for the identification of surface markers. You can see here this is fluorescent tag attached to surface marker. This is a particular kind of cell. This is a receptor that is present on the cell. This is cell. And this is surface of cell, this is whole cell, and this is a receptor that is present on this cell. You can see here to this receptor one fluorescently tagged molecule is bind. So this fluorescently tagged molecule is known as surface marker. You can see after attachment with this receptor, this fluorescently tagged molecule fluoresces, it emits light, and by this particular kind of light we can identify our cell that we are going to study. In this case, the marker, the cell surface receptor or the cell shown here is stem cell. And this is the area that we have taken for the illustration in the brief diagram. This diagram shows us identifying cell surface markers using fluorescent tags. Fluorescent molecule are something like that kind of molecules that have the ability to emit light. Coming to our next most important point, one approach for using markers as a research tool is with a technique known as fluorescence activated cell sorting. This fluorescence activated cell sorting, in short it is known as FACS, and this is a very important technique for the identification of various kinds of cells, and we can identify cells by their shape, by their size, with the help of this fluorescence activated cell sorting. Although I have discussed this technique in detail in our previous lectures too, and if you want to learn this technique in detail, you can switch to those lectures of regenerative medicine. Researchers often use a FACS instrument to sort out the rare stem cells from the millions of other cells. The charge difference allows stem cells to be separated from other cells. The researchers now have a population of cells that have all of the same marker characteristics, and with these cells they can conduct their research. Coming to the next point, a second method uses stem cell markers and their fluorescent tags to visually assess cells as they exist in tissues. Often researchers want to assess how stem cells appear in tissues, and in doing so they use a microscope to evaluate them rather than the FACS instrument, that is fluorescence activated cell sorting. The stem cells will emit a fluorescent light that can easily be seen under the microscope. Genetic and molecular biology techniques are extensively used to study how cells become specialized in the organism's development. We know that after the specification, the cell develops three germ layers: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. So the point of study is that how after the specialization all these kind of layers formed, and how these layers, all the ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm, gives rise to various kind of organs and organ systems. In doing so, researchers have identified genes and transcription factors, that is proteins found within cells that regulate a gene's activity, that are unique in stem cells. This technique is helpful to researchers to identify genetic markers that are characteristic of stem cells. For example, a gene marker called PDX1 is specific for a transcription factor protein that initiates activation of the insulin gene. Researchers use this marker to identify cells that are able to develop islet cells in the pancreas. And we all know that islet cells present in the pancreas are responsible for the formation of various kinds of hormones like insulin, glucagon, and somatostatin. So scientists are working on factors or genes that can help regenerating these islet cells of pancreas so that they can restore the insulin, glucagon and somatostatin. Coming to our next point, recently researchers have applied a genetic engineering approach that uses fluorescence but isn't dependent on cell surface markers. The importance of this new technique is that it allows the tracking of stem cells as they differentiate or become specialized. Coming to our next important point, researchers are now coupling this reporting method with the facts and microscopic methods described earlier to sort cells, identify them in tissues, and now track them as they differentiate or become specialized. Here in this diagram you can see firstly let us see what is shown in this diagram. This is looking for a needle in a haystack. Here shown that how researchers find stem cells. Here you can see this is graphic display of facts, that how the facts displays between these cells by the help of surface markers plus or minus. So we will see this display of facts in last. Firstly we are going to start with our stem cells. You can see here in this first diagram various kinds of cells are shown here, but one of them is stem cell. Now these all kind of cells are suspended in a culture medium. You can see that cells in suspension are tagged with fluorescent marker specific for undifferentiated stem cells. As we know that all the kind of cells are present in this particular medium and we have to isolate stem cells. So how we can do it? We can do it by that by giving any particular type of fragment or molecule or fluorescent molecule that is specific for stem cells. If I draw a diagram, if this is a stem cell and this is a receptor that is present on the stem cell, there are various kinds of surface markers are present. These are surface markers and there are various kind of cells are present. This surface marker for any other kind of cells, but this which one is for these stem cells? You can see here this one is specific for stem cell as it is same as the receptor molecule. So it will go and it will bind with the stem cell. uh, as we know that this signaling this particular molecule is specific for receptor that is present on the stem cell. So whenever this will bind with this stem cell, this will emit light. Why light? Because this is tagged with fluorescent molecule, and when this will emit light we can easily identify that where our stem cell is present. So we have tagged this cell by the particular fluorescent marker. Now we are moving to the facts, that is fluorescence activated cell sorting. This is very important, very interesting, and it is important for many kind of exams. This fluorescence activated cell sorting technique. So we come to this technique. Here you can see this tube-like structure. These are labeled cells are sent under pressure through a small nozzle. This is a nozzle and pass through an electric field. These molecules are now passed through an electric field. Here you can see this is a laser beam. Laser beam passes through one cell as the here you can see these are cluster of cells. One by this nozzle, one cell is coming. So as this cell will come here, the laser will pass by this cell. After passing of this laser beam, a shell generates a negative charge if it is fluoresces, and a positive charge if it does not. So here you can see this negative charge indicate that this particular molecule is emitting light, and a positive indicate that this is not emitting light. After differentiation and after many other stem cells, when this stem cell is found, it will go to study further. Fluorescence intensity is seen, and when our study is complete, we can easily identify stem cell. Coming to our next diagram, that is microscopic image of fluorescence labeled stem cell. This is our stem cell, and now we are going to see microscopic image, that how this cell looks in the microscope. Here you can see this is differentiated cells and these are undifferentiated cells. So these discovery tools are commonly used in research laboratories and clinics today. and will likely play important roles in advancing stem cell research. One of them is that a single marker identifying pluripotent stem cells, those stem cells that can make any other cell, has yet to be found. Research is going on. Coming to our next point, for the foreseeable future, markers will continue to play a major role in the rapidly evolving world of stem cell biology. So thank you very much guys for watching this session. You can follow ITLS Academy on various social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, WhatsApp and LinkedIn. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel ITLS Academy and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you can get notified whenever there is an upload. You can also get the app of ITLS Academy on YouTube. So thank you very much for watching. Like this video, share with your friends and also subscribe to our YouTube channel ITLS Academy. For any help, you can call us. Our helpline number 7080-833-450 and you can also visit our website www.itlsacademy.com. Thank you very much everyone.